I issued a general order a few weeks ago requiring all Superior Court employees, which covers uh, the third floor of the courthouse, the juvenile facility, and all employees that work in that building, and our therapeutic courts, uh, for all employees to become fully vaccinated against COVID-19 by October 22nd. And employees have and the opportunity to apply for an exemption if they have a medical disability or religious belief that might entitle them to an exemption. To the extent we can accommodate those requests, we will consider doing so. But other than that, people who are not fully vaccinated will no longer be employed after October 22nd. It's a public health emergency, and I took that step to address the public health emergency. I don't know that anybody's going to quit. I don't know. Right now, no one has informed us. Well, the only person who has informed us of an intention to leave employment is our juvenile executive director, and that's not formal yet. So, but we want to be prepared so that in the event people do leave, we are able to fill the positions with a minimal delay, so it doesn't interfere with our normal operations.
And what happens on October 22nd if somebody isn't vaccinated?
They will no longer be employed. They cannot.
You terminating them?
Yes.
Employees who are not fully vaccinated by October 22nd will cease being employees.
It's a job requirement. So just if someone was otherwise unfit to perform the duties, they would no longer be qualified to be employed. It's the same thing.
So these are all three of these positions are the same thing then, regarding the restrictions.
Yes.
They're all under the Superior Court purview and would be budget neutral to the Superior Court's budget.
They're not very neutral to the employees though that are being forced out. So
No one's being
That's
forced
not what
out.
we're being, I'm sorry, Judge?
I said no one's being forced out. Everyone has a decision to make, and they just have to decide what decision they want to make, knowing the consequences of their decision. Nobody's being forced to do anything. They can exercise their
people that
choice.
live paycheck to paycheck, that's not how they see it.
Well,
Then they can make a different decision. They're free to make a decision, but they're not free to have no consequences. And I don't think it's very respectful for you to laugh at this, Commissioner. I don't appreciate that.
Now, just based on the way you describe that, individuals have to make a decision on their own, but you are actually now, the way I see it is you're making the decision for those employees. Either get the vaccination or you're fired. And in reality, it's even the CDC doesn't even admit it is a vaccination. It's a shot that may prevent lesser symptoms. But it seems to me it's going to be either this or that. Either you get the vaccine or find another job. That's your choice. No, I have a problem with that.
Pretty tough.
Okay, I understand you have a problem with that. I have a problem with that. And Joe Morney has a problem with that. That may not be our personal choices, but it isn't our personal choice. This is up to the Superior Court judge to do.
To you, but what is on the agenda is simply a request to advertise for positions. And so regardless of how those came about, what kind of resignations that were submitted, if it was because, hey, I'm going to find a better job somewhere else, or hey, I'm not going to get a vaccine, so I'm quitting. Those are resignations, and those positions need to be filled. So that
Norma,
really is what's before the court, before the board today.
Right, and I understand that, and that's why I voted for the first one, because it is, as you said, it's a normal policy to keep that open for people that to apply for that position. At the same time, though, it was said immediately afterwards, either they follow through on these mandates or find another job. I think that's almost, it's like coercion, and I have a problem with that. Now,
Again, though,
but again, I know
we don't make that decision.
Yeah.
The people
And
that
we-
are
we do
talking
make-
are,
We make
or,
requirements for our employees all the time. You know, if you require your employee to be here from 8 to 5 and they say that doesn't
Right.
really work for me, so but
That's a
anyway,
lot different.
Let me make this easy for everyone, okay? We're here today seeking approval of the commissioners to have the Human Resources Department advertise these positions. If you say no, then the positions will be advertised by the Superior Court, because you don't have any control over that. The Superior Court alone determines all hiring and firing decisions of Superior Court employees. You may not like the order that I issued, you may not agree with it, you may think it amounts to coercion, but none of that is relevant. We are going to advertise for these positions. It's a matter of whether we do it directly and pay for it out of the Superior Court budget, or whether it comes out of Human Resources. It's just that simple, commissioners. I don't want to be disrespectful, but you don't have any say in this matter in terms of how the general order operates.